What's the hard thing that you're actually avoiding? You should probably start in small ways doing that first. That can become the first shift that you do. Some of us have big goals, big desires, big changes we want to make. Start with something small. Consider what is the next step, because honestly, the first step is always the hardest step. So take the first step in a small but real kind of way.
Don't be afraid to be a beginner. That's the number one reason I think so many people never change. But let me just say this. We are not saved because of what we know. We are saved because of who we know.
We're terrible at resolutions because we want to make massive leaps toward change instead of small, consistent steps. But then what happens is the amount of change I commit to is so overwhelming that I just quit. Well, if you've been there, you know that's where you get like really, really stuck. And if you're not careful, that feeling that like you're just not the kind of person you thought you'd be by now, it can become so defeating that you start to think about quitting. Jesus never expected, go read the book. He never commanded that you need to change overnight. He commanded that you go on a journey with him. Like Jesus knows that your journey will take time, and he knows that you'll walk a lot of rough road. All that he's asking is that when you fall down, will you let him pick you back up? And then he's asking that you put one foot in front of the other. Just keep walking with him, small step after small step. Here's a metaphor for what I'm talking about. It's kind of like when I taught my kids to ride their bikes, okay? It's like I never got furious when they fell over, never, right? Because I know they're learning, right? And I know it's not intuitive yet. And I know they're gonna be awkward at first and for a long while. And so I don't get mad when they fall over. I'm just proud that they're out there and giving it a go. And in fact, I definitely feel pride, like those moments where you let go of the back of the seat and they actually ride for a few feet. But I think I feel more proud whenever they bit it and they really bang up their knee, but then they brush themselves off and they get back on the bike. All right? And so why do we think that our perfect Father, God, would ever look at you and go, you know what? If you really were a good son of mine, or if you really were a good daughter of mine, you would be cleaned up by now. It sounds ridiculous when I say it out loud, but a lot of us are living our spiritual lives that way. With this like needless weight of guilt and shame on our shoulders, constantly disappointed in ourselves because we've convinced ourselves that we're constantly disappointing Jesus, but it's just not true.
You do not clean yourself up to come to Jesus. You come as you are. Let me ask you a question. You have to get cleaned up to go take a shower. I said, no, you get in the shower and that cleans you up. Same with Jesus. You don't try to clean up your life and be a better person in order that you can be with Jesus. You just be with Jesus. You follow Jesus. How about this?